118 pounds, con una estatura de 5 pies con 5 pulgadas, con un peso de 118 libras. His professional record, 29 wins, 16 losses with 2 bouts even. 25 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Con un récord profesional de 29 victorias, 16 perdidas y 2 empates. 25 victorias por la vía rápida knockout de Veracruz, México, Cruz Cucho Carbajal. Y su adversario en the red corner, en la esquina rojo, wearing the black trunks, vistiendo pantalón negro, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 118 pounds, con una estatura de 5 pies y 5 pulgadas, con un peso de 118 libras. His professional record, 28 wins, 2 losses with 2 draws. 14 of those wins coming by way of knockout, con un récord profesional de 28 victorias, 2 perdidas y 2 empates. 14 victorias por la vía rápida knockout from Mindanao City in the Philippines, Z, the Dream Gorres.
Well, guys, I want a clean fight, quiero una pelea limpia, no quiero golpes bajos, no quiero conocer. I don't want rapid punches and punches to the neck. Que Dios y la Virgen nos cuiden. God bless you both. Choquen guantes, que gane el mejor.
Final instructions from Alberto Ramos, and here we go once again. Raul Marquez, we got that. It's becoming a very popular matchup, the Mexican and the Filipino.
Oh yes, that always creates a great rivalry, and you know we're always going to get a good action from a fight like that.
Absolutely. Of course, following on steps that the great Manny Pacquiao will be fighting very soon. You got Gomez, and a lot of people saying, well, Pacquiao was the Mexican destroyer, and these guys aren't afraid to come into somebody's backyard or in their country and see what they can do. Now, obviously, you can see that Gomez is a southpaw, and he is right in his prime right now, as opposed to Carbajal, who's 36. But make no mistake, Carvajal's a tough customer. He's been in with the best.
Oh yeah, he has. He's been in with the best. You know, he's a battle-worn veteran. He's definitely the veteran in this fight. Gorres is pure boxer, southpaw. He's going to move around, stick and move. It's not going to stay in front of him. So I think Cruz Carbajal is going to bring it to him. He's going to have to bring it to him.
In case you haven't heard the resume on Z, he's an 8-year pro, undefeated in his last 4 fights. Ranked number 3 by the WBO. World Championship fights, he's 0-1. Of course, his only setback was to somebody on this card tonight, the great Fernando Montiel, so that's not too bad. And that was a split decision.
Yes.
And had Z not been penalized a couple of points that took place in Cebu, Philippines, he might have won that fight. So here's a guy that can be reckoned with, but he's in against Carbajal, who's faced Mauricio Martinez, Danny Romero, Fernando Montiel. He lost that one by knockouts that have a common appointment. Johnny Breedall, former champion. I mean, go on and go along. Nestor Garza. So we know what he's all about, but he just got a little balance off right there. Z, like you said, a puncher and more of a boxer, but you know, he's not gonna make anything pretty by any stretch of the imagination, because he's gonna come at you.
Not at all. I mean, he's coming into Mexico to Pic Nayarit. You know, he's fighting a tough Mexican, so you know he can't just spend the whole fight running around. He's got to be effective and then be elusive, throw fast, crisp combinations, and get out of his way. There you see he connected with a hard 1-2, setting him up with the jab. You see the experience, yes.
Yeah, throwing a big right hand. He likes that right hand, working off the right hand. Of course, his power is going to be in his left. He is a southpaw. He doesn't have an overpowering knockout ratio. It's about 50% knockout ratio. But he did fight to a draw against the great Victor Chingan, too. So both these fighters, quality fighters, divert your attention away from what you think might not be the top of the card, but they deserve to be on worldwide television. Just the first round scheduled for 10, under 30 seconds left. Z. Gorres in the black trunks.
So far, Z. Gorres is boxing very effectively, doubling up his right hand up and down, setting up his combination is really good, throwing the jab out there.
The only thing I'd be a little bit concerned about, but I used to see Manny do it lately, it's very wide with his stance, don't you think?
Yeah, he tends to get a little bit wide and needs to be careful, especially with an old veteran like Cruz Carbajal. He'll get caught.
So I really looked pretty confident that first round.
Oh yeah, it was a warm-up round. He looked pretty comfortable, pretty solid. He needs to keep boxing him, using his jab, being effective, in and out. Here we go. That's exactly what Gorres used to do. He connected there with a 1-2, got out of the way, not staying in front of his opponent. There we go again. Excellent left hand from Z. Gorres. And just giving him angles, not staying in front of the tough veteran, Cruz Carbajal.
Okay, going to round 2. In case you're wondering, first introduction to Z. Gorres. He's one of 5 children born to Celestino, a jeepney driver. You've been to the Philippines, you know what those are. And Zeta, a housewife, and Manuel. His registered Christian name is ZC, a combination of the first letters of his parents' names. And of course, he later dropped the C, and now he's just the Z.
Interesting.
People ask me that, how he got the Z, and that's it. That is his legal name.
Thanks for the explanation, because I was wondering too.
I do my work here, Ronald.
I see that.
Here we go. The veteran Carbajal got stung a couple of times in the first round. That's a good right hand, by the way, from Carbajal right there. And so he opened up just a little bit.
Yeah, Carbajal is just too slow for Gorres. Gorres, the faster puncher there, connecting at will.
Well, I don't want to give away too much about Carbajal's age. He's 36, but he grew up. His idol was the great featherweight champion Salvador Sanchez. If people know about him now, throwing a couple low punches down there.
That's exactly what Cruz Carbajal needs to do. Keep him in the ropes. He needs to take advantage of that. He had him in the ropes out there, work some good body shots, try to lessen his legs and his conditioning, Gorres' conditioning, movement.
Gorres seems to, even though he's very, very wide in his stance, he seems to be able to get in position to throw a lot better than you would think with that stance. There's good combinations he's throwing now. Taking more charge of this round, he does not want to be on the ropes. There's some good punching right there. Hard punches inside. Very effective from Z.
Yeah, Z keeps connecting with that left hand, perhaps. There's not a lot of power behind it.
Heads. Watch out for the clash of heads, Royal. That was close.
Yeah, that's what usually happens when a right-hander and left-hander guy, I mean, they're going to clash heads.
Gorres really working that right hand, trying to set up his power punch.
Gorres needs to be careful too, because the way Carbajal comes in, you saw the headbutt. You don't want to get cut early.
You've never had any cuts, have you?
Oh man, too many.
Roel Marquez.
Yes, sir.
Marquez.
Make sure you correct that.
Signing autographs before the fight. I'm sorry he wasn't distracted. Very popular here at Tempe. 30 seconds coming up in round 2. Good action in this fight. Bantamweight action. Not liking that, watching the veteran get kind of out of his rhythm a little bit. That's what I was, with that wide stance, I worry about his balance a little bit, but he seems to be handling it okay. Final 10 seconds. Pretty good round for the veteran. Handed to Cruz. He came back out that second round.
I don't think he did enough. I think Gorres came away with the round.